Good morning, it's Mama Radha. So today's been an exciting day, but I can't talk about it. We'll see what happens the next couple days. I thought today I would talk about how to, be a loving and supportive wife when things are kind of rocky, when your husband isn't very happy or you're not happy. Your husband's in a bad mood, or maybe you've done something and you've upset him or whatever, or vice versa. But regardless, okay, how you conduct yourself is so important. Keeping that calm, loving spirit, submissive spirit, and calm, soothing tone, not becoming ice cold, not giving him the silent treatment, don't stop serving him. It can make all the difference in the world. And for all those believers, if you remember the verse that says a soft answer, a soft answer turns away wrath. Pretty sure that's what it says. And that is true. So basically, women today tend to want to fight fire with fire. Well, if he's going to give me attitude, I'm going to give him attitude. Or if he's going to be like this, then I'm going to be like this. And it just makes the situation so much worse. A man will just dig his heels in. Whatever it is that he's doing, for example, that you wish he wouldn't do, he's just going to do more if you give him a hard time about it, if you nag him about it, etc. Back in the day, my husband used to smoke cigarettes, and I was like, please quit, please, 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 and I was on him about it. Then he switched from cigarettes to chew to try to quit, and I was like, that's disgusting, I'm like, please quit, blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you, the day I just left him alone about it, he made up his mind on his own, he just quit. And that's just the way that men are. So they do not want to be nagged. They don't want to be treated like a child, like you're their mother. Even if it's something that you're trying to tell them for their own good, it doesn't matter. If they're aware of it, just leave them alone about it. There's times that daddy's going to be grouchy, that daddy's going to be tired, that daddy's going to be mad. And you kind of got to tiptoe a little bit, but that's okay. That's your job. You're the helpmeet. So that means that you look at the circumstance and the situation and you judge appropriately. Okay, this is what daddy's going to need. This is his schedule coming up. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make his food, get his clothes, yada, yada. And don't withhold from him sexually either. That is something that can usually bond people back together very quickly. Those hormones and pheromones and oxytocin and dopamine and whatever else gets released, it makes a big difference. So, and for us, as you guys know, totally down with domestic discipline to consenting adults, safe, sane, and consensual. So if we have any little issues where daddy's like, no, you have an attitude, go on upstairs and, a little couple pow-pows and make love and everything's better. So, but it's having the mindset that I don't want to fight my man. I don't want to, make things worse. I want to make things better. I want to please him. I want to serve him. And the benefits are mind-blowing. Can I hardly put into words the joy that I receive, the way that he cherishes me, loves me, takes care of me after all these years is just phenomenal. So, it's our natural human nature to respond in some kind of way and be having some feelings about some things. But if you can get your mind right, get a control of yourself, and just remember that you wanted to get better faster, right? Okay, well then don't have an attitude. Keep your cool, keep your collective, and remember what your job is. Your job is to please him, to serve him, to make him happy. Everything else will work itself out. Okay, that's the truth. So, don't listen to girlfriends. Most women don't understand. It's, when I have talked to women who've called me for advice, they're like, oh, that's what I have to do, or that's what you do. I can't do that. I'm like, well, then you can't have what I have. If you're not willing to get outside your comfort zone and to serve and to put yourself in your place, you know what? You can't have what I have. And they're jealous of what I have. They're envious of what I have, but they're not willing to serve the same way that I do and submit the way that I do. Well, I don't know what to tell you then. So, anywho, that's what Mama Radha has to say today. So, even if you think it's something that is like, oh, this has to be dealt with, and oh my gosh, this is so bad, or whatever, there, you know, our emotions tend to make things seem much bigger than they actually are, and most everything works itself out. So try not to worry. Maybe he's making a decision you don't like. Pray about it. Say a prayer and be like, God, please help us, you know. And the word of God says that he will be your defense, but you have to be submissive with a pleasant spirit. If you are rebellious against your man, you're on your own and you're going to reap the consequences. So, you know, you're better off supporting him. You let him know how you feel, respectfully, with love, but you allow him to be the man and make that decision, and trust that it's all going to work itself out. And it will. It will. So anyway, guys, I've been up since early, kind of going back to sleep and then back up, and, you know, so I'm a bit of a hot mess, but it's okay. Because y'all know that I'm just me, and I'm for real, and I'll just bring what I got. So, and I love you guys for it. I appreciate it so much. I got a chance to talk about Mr. Samuels this morning, and it made me want to cry, you know. And it's been an interesting thing, because my one of my original content creators that I've just, you know, greatly appreciated, learned so much from, Undead Chronic, is not a fan of Mr. Samuels, because he promoted marriage. You know, he's kind of at the point where, listen, society's doomed. You know, women, there's no going back, and no hymen, no diamond is his motto. I don't blame him there. But anywho, so, you know, but I listen, you know, still. I love Undead Chronic. He's got many great streams and programs. Last night he had a chick on, because he likes to debate, and he'll have, you know, beta male cuck simps on there, and just have open conversation, you know, and just try to find out, like, why people believe what they believe, and here's what I believe, and, you know, and it certainly makes for interesting dialogue, and reveal people that are out there. So anyway, this chick, her name's like Ebony's World. Yeah, so I was so mad when I went to sleep last night that I couldn't even sleep. Like, it bothered me so much, the way that she talked about black men, that it was just disturbing. I mean, if any woman talks about men, period, like that, it's really unacceptable, uncalled for, and she's in delusion. But she called herself light-skinned, but whatever, a black woman that has a channel for women, mainly black women, and apparently she also does sex work, so whatever. And you know, and Undead Chronic has the war band, and one of his war band, Sir Yeetus, who's just been doing a phenomenal job, is a black man. So he wanted to ask her some questions, and this chick, like, barely by like an inch, got on with him and allowed him to converse with her. And she had a word for the N-word that she called Naker, N-A-K-E-R, basically. And she kept calling him that, say, I don't talk to those, and I don't, you know, blah, 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 blah. And so disrespectful. She doesn't know Sir Yeetus from anybody. So she was just judging him completely based on the fact that he's a black man. Ignored his questions, cut him off. She was so rude to him. I was literally infuriated. And the main reason I'm bringing this up, besides the fact that I was so pissed about it, is people in the chat were like resurrecting the spirit of Mr. Samuels. They're like, where's KS? Where's Kevin Samuels? And I was like, for real. You know, he just had a way of shutting that down. And, you know, again, maybe because he was an older gentleman, which last year he said he was 52. So I'm pretty sure he was 53 this year, but it's okay. older but still young, but older, you know, compared to, you know, whatever. Anyway, all these years that he studied, being a professional businessman, just having that cool, calm, collected, he was one of the best nerd, geek, coolest people I've ever seen in my life. And so much information. He studied so much, you know, he's been studying for decades, like me. And he just had a way of demanding respect and getting control of situations. So anywho, but I just thought it was great that, you know, technically that's a hater stream for Mr. Samuels, and they were like, where is he? So I thought it was great. And yeah, that chick was something else, but you know what? Karma's a biatch. And you know, comes around, goes around. And to me, it was a lot of self-hate. How do you hate your own people? I mean, you know, or just the men. It doesn't make any sense. And she had some of the rudest things to say, like, you know, black men can't read. And I'm like, who raised them? 75% single mothers, if not higher. Okay, y'all the ones raising them. So what are you doing? And it just is unbelievable. And I was throwing them facts out there. You know, I'm pretty sure 61% of black men are single, childless, and in the middle class, you know. And Sir Yeetus brought that up, that, you know, basically a small percentage of the guys are getting the female population pregnant, you know. And who are these guys? And, you know, the Tyrones. And anyway, she was just so disrespectful. I was like, wow. So yeah, that, it really infuriated me. I literally had a hard time sleeping. I was like replaying the conversations in my head, and I was like, this stream is giving me a headache. But anyway, but you know what? I have to remember, first of all, everybody free to think what they want to think, even if they're dumb and very misguided. But also, you know, listening, like I did on Mr. Samuel's show, you let women talk long enough, they expose themselves. So you're learning about what other kind of people are out there. And that's good to know, because I used to live in a bubble, and then I was like, oh wow, there's some crazy people out here. So anywho, yeah, so I'm excited, and I'm really going to work hard to try to keep this channel from being deleted. I'm definitely not going to be sharing any more women twerking on 10-year-old boys, or, you know, things like that, where I'm trying to like share the information. You know, I'm certainly not promoting that. I'm saying, hello, warning, warning, Western women have lost their minds. You know, and I think the other one was an Instagram commercial about sweaty body parts, which the vagina, you know, it was like, if you have sweaty vagina at the gym. And I just was so shocked that, you know, they had a chick in exercise pants without any underwear, obviously, and you could see the lips and everything, but I thought because she still had clothes on, that wouldn't be counted as nudity. But apparently, you know, Vitamin with Ron was right. They counted that as nudity, and that was one of the other reasons why my last channel got deleted so quickly. So apparently, I can tell you guys about it, but I can't show it. And it blows my mind, because Instagram, you could show a whole naked ass on there. No problem. I mean, they show some really explicit pictures. And on TikTok, my page over there got banned as well. So I'm starting over there. Brought a submissive wife over on TikTok. So it'll take me a while to get some more content back up there. But I'm going to keep working on re-downloading some of the videos that I lost on my last 5 channels. I'll do my best. And I'm so grateful to everyone who's done reaction videos for me, because I've lost so much of my content because I'm not technologically inclined. Oh well. But I'll keep working on it, and when my husband's not working 16 hours a day, I'll ask him if he'll pretty please help me learn to download my stuff onto a hard drive or something, and I can keep it. But anywho, I love you guys. God bless y'all, and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting patiently to see what happens the next couple days, and then I'll tell you guys about it, because I don't like to say things before they happen. Just let it be, and then I'll give all the praise and the thanks and everything that I'm so excited to give. All right, ciao guys.